Uh-oh. I'm in the house. Black Power. It's the general, baby. We live. Run for cover. Run for cover. Hold on, family. Get everything. That's right. I'm in the house. We on some new we moving on to some new coons. You know what I'm saying? We knocking them down one by one. God damn it, every time we turn, we knock one down, we got another group of coons we got to deal with. God damn. You niggas got coonderia. That's what you niggas got. You got coonderia. You got chronic crackatosis. You got severe niggeritis. God damn it. You niggas want to be everything. You want to be an Indian. Now you niggas want to do hocus pocus on your people. I'm sick of you niggas. Now you niggas want to do hocus pocus on your people. Motherfuckers pulling rabbits out of hats and shit. I got something for you niggas today. I got something for you niggas today. I got something for you niggas today. That's right. Me and Pharaoh gonna be black in the house the end of this month. Everybody mad at me and my dog. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? We already got a mission to ride out on you niggas real soon. You understand what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We gonna clear the field by any motherfucking means necessary. Seti's ever coming up over these niggas. Seti's ever coming up over these niggas. Seti's ever coming up over these crackers. That's right. Ain't gonna never come up off of you. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta ride out until the war is won. Got my note, got my files on you niggas. Like I said, I got more files on these niggas than the FBI. You understand what I'm saying? CIA and all them goddamn organizations combined. I got files on you niggas. Straight up. We're gonna be done, I got to line it up. So when I come, I got content. I got serious content every goddamn time. Hold on, family. I'm just trying to get my lighting together. Hold on. Steady devil coming up over these niggas. Steady devil coming up over them crackers. Steady devil coming up over these actors. That's right. Ain't never coming up off of you niggas. No. Gotta get my lighting together, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know it's gonna be dark by the time I get started. Very informative information I'm having today. Yes, they said it, y'all. This nigga be walking and talking. I had to get my lighting together, y'all. Got to get my lighting together. Let me get up on the pedestal, you feel me? I like sitting up, you know what I'm saying? When I sit down, I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? The table come up to a nigga chin, you know what I'm saying? So fuck that. I have to sit up and look, and so I can feel like I'm on the mountain, you know what I'm saying? I'm the son of Ra. I'm up on the mountaintop. Okay, family, more likely, this gonna extend for probably 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, once I lay the groundwork today, that just gonna open up into, exposing all of these Negroes out there. You see, exposing all these Negroes out here that is affiliated with all these off the wall ass ideologies, ideologies. You know what I'm saying? Ideologies. You know what I'm saying? And back. You got to pull back the veil. And because you don't know today, you gonna know. I'm arming you with knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because our people want to be everything but they self. And that's sad. We everything and nothing at all. Hear me again. We everything, but nothing at all. And that's why we can't form no power. We can't form no power because we so fragmented into all these ideologies. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to be Indians. Niggas want to be, witches and shit, and warlocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? And all this, that, and the third. And niggas always trying to say this is our original religion. Bitch, shut up. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? This has been co-opted and corrupted. And you know what I'm saying? Add a couple of African symbols on it and give you the illusion of inclusion. This is what you call, conquest through assimilation. You know what I'm saying? And they get all these white man niggas to get up there and validate some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they weak. They weak in spirit. Their connections been cut to their ancestors. Because I know damn well the ancestors is not validating this garbage. And you can verify that this shit is more modern than what people, they always try to throw ancient on this shit. Oh, this ancient. This shit was made in 1950. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of you niggas. Oh, this ancient. Oh, this ancient. Bitch, this shit just was created 2 days ago by some crazy cracker, been touching on little babies and shit. You understand? Got bodies all in the basement and shit and this, that, and the third. I never knew he was always a nice guy. Yeah, he was always a nice guy till you found 50 bodies in the basement. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of y'all motherfuckers always validating a crazy ass cracker. I'm sick of that. That's a shame. That's a serious shame. Not only is it crackatosis, it's coondaria. You know what I'm saying? Not gonorrhea, but coondaria. You understand? With some niggeritis, and a little Jewmonia. Not pneumonia, but Jewmonia. You niggas is sick out there. Nigga got to come through, nigga, with the show enough detox. That BPC detox. Nigga, and get you niggas together. Yeah, people say, why do we expose? Because exposing this shit is the detoxification. You can't come in and start feeding people healthy and they full of poison and shit. How the hell you expect them to heal? You got to come up off the poison first. So we have to expose the poison to the people. And see, most of the time, like I say, and we're going to be dealing today with a lot of terminology. And when we hear that terminology, it's like everything that you speak out of this white man language is always some demonic origins to it. Because even when you use the word terminology, you understand? You also hear terminal. You understand which means it's deadly. You understand what I'm saying? So the terminology could be terminal. You understand? Meaning very, very deadly. Could lead to death. Okay? And we're going to look at that. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have to detach ourselves from its spellings. Because all they're doing is putting spells on us with their spellings. And we're going to get all into this. We're going to get all into it. I want y'all to strap down today. You know what I'm saying? I got to wait on my moderators. I might have to. I said I was going to put me some new moderators. See, again, I don't want to hear nothing about don't it come from us. I don't want to hear that. I just explain that to you. Okay, just because somebody co-opt your culture and corrupt it and and sprinkle a couple of your symbols on it to give you the illusion of inclusion does not mean that was the original source of where we come from. Stop that. See, that's your way of trying to see, but you waking up. You trying to fight it, but you hear what I'm saying, but you still trying to find a way to hold on. I hear you. I hear you. You still trying to find a way to come, to hold on. But I'm gonna get you together today. I'm gonna get you together. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna look at all the origins to many of these terminologies that we use in the so-called Wiccan. We're gonna be dealing with Satanism, we're gonna be dealing with Wiccan, we're gonna be dealing with Luciferianism. And see, a lot of y'all niggas is mad because we exposing a lot of that garbage that's out there. Okay? You niggas rather go back to Lucifer, than go back to Imhotep. That's sad. That's sad. And just to tell you, the peoples that you have adopted their wicked terminology and their interpretation of magic. They went over there and carved our sacred writings off the wall. So if they thought it was the same, why the hell did they carve it off the wall? You see what I'm saying? Why did they, submerge the temples underwater? These are the same people who version of so-called magic you niggas co-opt today. So don't tell me, didn't we yell? We started every goddamn thing. But we have two different spirits. And I'm going to talk to y'all about that today. You cannot envision the white man seeing magic as we see it. See, look at the goddamn animals. We deified the animals. Okay? We deify. You see the animals all over the wall. And goddamn it, the white man that went into Africa and damn near exterminated every damn animal we deify. So how in the hell you gonna see his magic as you see your magic? See, you got crackatosis and you got kundalini, but I can hear you fighting now. You waking up. You waking up. But see, when you got to proclaim. See, we're not here to demonstrate. We here to proclaim. See, you niggas want to demonstrate. You want to demonstrate. But we're not demonstrating shit today. We proclaim it. Because when you proclaim that which it is, when you call it out, even the white boys show you on the exorcism. You have to identify the demon. I seen it the other day. I watched the movie with the white boy Anthony Perkins called The Right. You got to make him proclaim himself. See, because when he proclaims, he weakens himself. You got him at that point. You see what I'm saying? When you know who you fighting, then that's the beginning of the end. You can divulge a plan of attack on that which you fighting. But if you fighting a ghost and you don't know who the fuck you fighting and you don't know where it's coming from, you understand what I'm saying? You don't know how to win. So every time one exercises a damn demon, he proclaim. You see? Proclaim. We ain't here to conversate. You don't just conversate because you gon' in that you get convict and all that. Con is the opposite of pro. And we're gonna get into that. So we're not here to conversate, none of that. Nigga, we here to proclaim the truth today. And I mean that. So you can get on up out of all of then we had the same, and if it was the goddamn same, why the hell did he destroy it? If what we had is what he had, what was the need for him to destroy what was on the wall? And we could easily show all the temples that he destroyed when he conquered it. Okay? If it was the same, he would have honored it. If it was the same, he would have venerated it. Okay? So we know the truth. So as always, you see them and you know who they are. The first time you see him and he play his hand and he show you who he is, believing. Don't let him dress up after the fact. He already showed you his energy long time ago. So you done forgot because, he didn't erase your motherfucking hard drive. So you ain't got no more connection to yourself. So now he can download anything on your motherfucking hard drive. And for many of you niggas, he done downloaded Wicked. Okay, let me get my water. Uh-oh. 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 How we doing out there? Uh-oh, how we doing? Okay, my moderator. All right, that's what I want to see. Because I know once I get to calling all these demon names, niggas gonna get to foaming up at the mouth in my goddamn chat. And I need my moderator to come through with that motherfucking guillotine. You understand? You know what I'm saying? I need come with the straight guillotine. Nigga, we decapitation. God damn it, that's the only way we gonna deal with you. Decapitation. All right, family. Let me get some water and I'll be ready to start in 2 seconds, more like one. Hold on. Oh, baby. Oh, man. So, where we're going to start today is this movement that they calling Wiccan. Now, again, you know, a lot of people going to put the mystical, magical aspect. Really, if you was in here when we was doing the holiday, you see what I'm saying? Most of the witchcraft that niggas is entertaining today is Viking witchcraft. Bottom line, if you're talking about the Celtics, you're talking about the Druids, see what I'm saying? That's really your jump off now. And I'm gonna go over that to show you. That's real. England is your jump off. Because the majority of the Europeans that colonized this nation, excluding the fact we was here first, okay? We'll leave that for another topic. We know that. But when you talk about the Europeans that came to this continent, they were English. Now, when you look at the English, you can see that that island had been dominated by two groups. You understand what I'm saying? The Romans and the Vikings. Okay, and the Vikings probably had the most impact. You know what I'm saying? Because they was in there the longest, you know, and they stayed in numbers. You see what I'm saying? And so when you see Santa Claus as Odin, and we're going to get off into that because Odin, and a lot of people, you know, me studying that, Odin is a sorcerer, okay? You know, when you look at it, he's a magician. So when you look at Lord of the Rings, and you see this Gandalf, that's Odin. Even when you're looking at Harry Potter and that professor, whatever, the head of, or whatever that damn witch school, you know what I'm saying, Hogwarts or whatever the fuck it is, he is in the image of Odin. You see what I'm saying? He's a witch. He casts spells and shit. And we're going to deal with the casting. You understand what I'm saying? Because in casting, you find what? Catastrophe. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no goodness coming out of that. You see what I'm saying? I say, and I say it again. There is no language that I know of like the Viking language, where so many words of gloom and destruction come out of that damn language. And I'm going to go over that today, even starting with Scandinavia. And you see scandalous come out of Scandinavia. And you're going to also see Nordic. You see North in that, but you also see Norn. Okay, the Norns, which were witches, 3 witches. In Greek mythology, they called the Fates. Okay, so when you're talking about Nordic, you know the root of that Norn is witch. That's what a female Viking, practitioner is a witch. Okay, and so they have adopted much of that, you know, older tradition to the modern tradition. But Wiccan, as y'all know it today, is a modern movement. That shit had been banned in goddamn England and was banned in early America. That shit was banned in England until very recently, where they took it off the books, where you could, openly practice that shit. That's why many times they was using the term occult. You know what I'm saying? They was using the term occult or new age. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I'm not mistaken, they just legalized, where you can openly practice Wiccan in England, like in the 50s, in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you get the term occult, and you know what I'm saying? Which is nothing but code word for witchcraft. All right. All right. And that's Thor's dad. That's right. We're going to get off in that. So automatically, when you hear the word Wiccan, you can already hear it wicked. You can already hear it. You understand what I'm saying? And they all right with that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Don't act like it's, somebody throwing a jab. They all right with that. You see what I'm saying? When you hear the term, and I'm going to deal with that, the term Loki. Okay, and if y'all into Marvel comics, he's the brother of Thor, and you see him there. He got his he's a character in Marvel comic. And in Loki is where you say loke. You know what I'm saying? When you loke on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Tone loke. You know what I'm saying? That's a term that the G's use when you loke on a nigga. But in loke, L-O-C or L-O-K, is where you get the term warlock or warloke. Okay, so Loki is the god of mischief, and you see him with all his magic that he used. Okay, when we dealing with what you call a coven, you know what I'm saying? Witches are either in a coven or a cabal. You see what I'm saying? So you get coven and coven. What do you get? Covert. Okay, coven, covert. That means it's hidden. You understand what I'm saying? That it's a veil, just like we was dealing with Saturn. He got the veil. Then, or the hood. The hood and the veil is two different, is really the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because many times they'll close the hood where you can't even see the face. You know what I'm saying? So that a hood is also a veil. And then in a coven, in a covert coven, you understand? You establish a covenant. See, you're a covenant, new covenant, and all these other covenants. But in covenant, you find coven, which is a group of witches. Don't ask me. You understand? I'm just relating the facts to you. Now, a lot of motherfuckers identify with that, the new covenant. Okay? You understand the new, you know what I'm saying? Which is the testament, which is another term for New Testament. Okay. Now we're dealing with, this Baphomet. Okay, which is nothing. If you was with me when I was going through Pan, you understand what I'm saying? When we going through the Yule goat, showing that Capricorn, Capri is also the goat, the cornucopia, which is also the horn of Almathea, which is a goat. You understand what I'm saying? We see that, Baphomet is nothing more than an extension of this universal goat worship amongst the Europeans. And what the image that is shown today, we just warming up, is a very recent image. Even though it's an old image, it's a very recent image. The one with the, the two fingers up, the one hand down, I'm gonna show that. A French, a sorcerer in the goddamn 1800s is the one that drew that image, and it became the universal image for what you call the Baphomet. And you got motherfuckers out here talking about that is good. Now, if you see that new Baphomet that they got for the church of Satan, hear that, the church of Satan, Saturn, the motherfucker that Cronus, the motherfucker eating his babies and shit, and motherfuckers want to make this shit into something that's righteous. And I don't understand, it's no way you gonna do that. It's just no way. You understand what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter, too many, we know who created it. Wasn't no nigga Luciferians in slavery. You barely could goddamn read a book before they throw your motherfucking ass in the noose. So it wasn't no nigga Luciferians in slavery. Okay? It wasn't no nigga Satanists in slavery. Okay? We no nigga in slavery. Okay? So let's be clear. Half of these crackers didn't even want to be identified as a damn witch because they was putting their ass burning their ass at the stake. Okay? So we got to understand, don't let them, come with this bullshit that this is some ancient, this is a modern movement that then took symbols out the past to recreate some new movement, okay, calling it Wiccan. And God, like I said, and I'm gonna look it up, that the English just allowed for, to really legally, practice witchcraft because shit, it was banned on the books from goddamn back in the 1600s when they started cooking their ass. So they just recently took that shit off the book. So for them to continue doing what they was doing, they would use code words like occult, magic, but magic with the K. Watch them. See, that's why when we was dealing with that Mardi Gras shit, where they use mystic with the K. Watch that shit. That's a whole nother terminology. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole nother code word for witchcraft. Aleister Crowley, you understand, used that term. Go look up how he spelled it. So they don't spell magic with no C. They spell magic with the K. See, that we going in. You ain't fooling with no motherfucker that don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all out there mad because, motherfuckers is getting exposed for that shit. And let me tell y'all something. Nobody is above reproach. If your ass is out here teaching some motherfucking garbage and the family growing strength to expose your ass is exposed. You understand what I'm saying? Because ain't no fucking way niggas should be out here talking about no Lucifer, no Satanism and all of that shit come up out of our culture. That's a motherfucking lie. That's a lie. Yeah, and it's a very vicious lie that you niggas is telling, because you can easily be exposed for the lie. So I don't see niggas ain't been knocking y'all ass on the head. And now that the young gods is riding out on your ass, you know what I'm saying? It's riding out on y'all motherfucking ass. Y'all can't take it because y'all been getting away with this shit for far too fucking long. Okay? And so your time is up out here, family. Your time is up. Either you gonna get right or you gonna get gone. Either or. So you choose how you want to do this. We love you, but ain't no way we gonna allow you to continue to spit this garbage to our people. Like this is some liberating and this type of shit gonna bring redemption to our people. This is a bunch of goddamn garbage. Demonic garbage. And you know what you do with garbage? You put that shit in the trash, you put that shit out on the goddamn curb, and you wait for them peckerwoods to come pick this shit up. And that's what the fuck you need to do with all them crazy ass books. And I don't give a fuck which nigga talking. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna call no names right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because I could break backs. I could break backs on morality. Y'all niggas don't even want to deal what morality. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just, just because a motherfucker teach, he teach for 30 years. What the fuck did he teach? See what I'm saying? What did he teach? You understand? And that's what we looking at today. This is what we put in a lot, many times the shit that you speak become your fucking reality. You understand what I'm saying? So if you speak in liberating information, you know what I'm saying? You look vibrant. You know what I'm saying? You look vibrant. You look alive. When you start spitting that garbage, nigga, you start to self-destruct. So I want y'all to look out there to, what people is teaching and look at their ass. You understand? Then you got motherfuckers that they putting a mask on. You know what I'm saying? Some of these motherfuckers is hideous, and they got this mask of, how they the witch and shit. She ugly them, and then she cast a spell where she looked like some young, beautiful woman. You better wake up. It's a hideous motherfucker up under there. You understand what I'm saying? You better watch that shit, and they will, come with it. You watch them. They always come with the lust and, and all that and shit. Nigga, you best to quit. They show that shit in Greek mythology when them motherfuckers went to the, one of them islands. I think it was Jason and the Argonauts and shit. And they had went to one island, full of beautiful women, and they was witches and shit. And they had lured them niggas into a dream. They had been on the goddamn island for damn near 30 years, and they thought it was 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Wives over there dying and crying and shit. Their ass was getting old and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch these motherfuckers. They will cast a spell on your ass. So just warming up. Just warming up. And we're gonna prove. Don't let them niggas tell you that Lucifer ain't Satan. And this is, I say, my God, these are some lying motherfuckers right here. 1 second, family, and we going full fledged. See, let me tell y'all something. Motherfuckers don't want to do no research. They don't want to do no motherfucking research. So they always like going to the puff, puff, poof, poof. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got to do no work research when you do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for a nigga to go off into the mystical magical. I'm a master at fucking the code. I don't know why y'all niggas is slipping. Nigga, I've been teaching, but from an African perspective, smashing the white man in every aspect. Okay? You niggas ain't got no nationalism. You ain't got no worldview. See, when you got an African worldview, you look at everything through the scope of Africa first and foremost. But if you just an occultist, then you just dive in, nigga. You just dive in. You ain't got no worldview. So you accept every motherfucking thing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a brother of the Nile. And yes, we dealt with occult. We dealt with mysticism. But that's just one aspect, because a priest of the Nile had to be trained in damn near 12 to 25 subjects. So he wasn't just floating through the motherfucking air. He had a balance of other sciences and arts that gave him a whole view and not a partial view. You see what I'm saying? It gave him a whole view, made him a whole, a whole person and not a partial person, a fragmented person. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's wrong. Too many of you don't have no world view. So you motherfuckers just dive in. And every time when a nigga put your ass on the spot, the first thing a motherfucker, didn't we? Yeah, we did it. But we did it from an African spiritual base. Okay? Now, this man over there, he didn't went in there, just like I said, and destroyed every goddamn thing that we venerated. So how in the hell do you see his magic and your magic the same? We wasn't sacrificing no babies. We wasn't sacrificing no damn babies. What's wrong with y'all? We ain't got no blood, human sacrifices and shit that I ever seen on no wall. Our people wasn't savage on that level. Let me show y'all something. We're dealing with terminology today, just so you can see. When you let me get my my phone about to die on me. Okay, I'm good. You see, to show you. See, the white man don't have these problems. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show you. We the two extremes on the planet. So we never think alike. He knows that. We are the two extremes. White and black is the two extremes. Okay? And so even the chessboard, even though we invent, it's a new game now. You understand what I'm saying? You got white and black. You know, he wanted it that way. You see what I'm saying? And we silly as we are, we exchange our black queen for the white queen. We put some white pawns on. We'll buy a whole nother chess set just so we could put some white pawns and take some of the black and put some white pawns on there. Put a couple white bishops on there. You understand what I'm saying? He won't do it at all. You understand? He keeps his side of the board white. When the white man go and eat his bloody steaks at night, listen to me. You know what he got on his table? He got salt and pepper. He keeping the extremes. He keeping the war consciousness on his mind at all time, or what the reality is. He not confused like you nigga. It's 1,000 spices in the world a nigga can put on the food, but why is it? It's salt and pepper, the two main ones on the table, because that white man keeping his conscience 100 about what this shit is about. He ain't confused about it. You understand what I'm saying? So he got certain, symbolisms in his culture that keep him straight and narrow. Niggas is the only one that's confusing the players on the board. You understand what I'm saying? And so you doing it by saying, hey, ain't this us? It's like if I catch you with the white pawns and shit and the white bishops and shit, and you say, didn't we have the same? That's exactly what the fuck you doing. And so you done been busted today. Okay? Now, we're gonna deal, with the one term, and I'm gonna get off because we need to do this first. You know what I'm saying? One of the, a group of witches, the term could be coven and it could be cabal, Cabal. You know what I'm saying? Which is the root of Kabbalah. And I've been did that. Islam, witchcraft, slavery, and murder. I've been did that over goddamn 12 years ago to show you that. Kabbalah, cabal, an evil hidden group, a cabal. You know what I'm saying? A secret society. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody who's behind the scene with hidden intentions. You understand what I'm saying? And out of Kabbalah, you get Kabbalah. That's what you get. Kabbalah. Kabbalah. Okay? Which ain't nothing but a Kabbalah. Okay? That's what the fuck it is. So you hear the terminology. So, when you talk about the genie and the jinn, you talk about motherfuckers flying around on magic carpets and shit. You don't see that in Islam. But see, that's the shit that they had before that. And you don't want to deal with that. So they into the mystical, magical too. King Solomon, who had a ring where he was able to summon 72 demons. So you got the Key of Solomon, the book, the Key of Solomon, which ain't nothing but a Kabbalah with all these demons in it that they conjuring. Okay, so in Judaism ain't nothing. The gypsy, if you was with me the other day, all of that shit is some occult Satanist shit. Okay, that's not us. That ain't us. When you go to look up on the wall, see, niggas always say we did, but when you look up on the walls, you see the more profound symbolisms about our people. You didn't see no motherfucking goats and shit. And I'm going to clear that up. There was never a goat god in ancient Egypt. We had a ram, and a ram is a sheep, not a goddamn goat. Okay, there was never a goat god in ancient Egypt. Dumbass motherfuckers. I'm going to clear that shit up today too. You got to separate the goats from the sheep. Okay, you got to do that. Now they said that in the goddamn Bible. And I don't put no energy in it, but it's some things in there relaying, a message that we can see, to use for ourselves as a political instrument. The rest of that shit is garbage. You understand? But it's a more ancient tradition. But since you know it of it through the Bible, we'll use that terminology. And you understand? And also make it known that they stole it from more ancient wisdom. That don't make it right for us, but we can peel that piece of truth out of it, because if you take it as a whole, goddamn it, you're gonna die with it. But if you take it out and use it against the book itself, you can destroy it. Wake up today. Now, let me go in here and start cracking heads. I want y'all to see this. Just so y'all can see this shit. Let's start cracking heads. Quick. And once I start cracking them motherfuckers, I'm going to keep cracking them. I'm going to keep cracking them. All right, look, we looking at a page right here. African American Wiccan Society. African American Wicked Society. Because that's what the fuck it is. That's where the word Wiccan come out of wicked. Do you hear what I'm telling you, family? Okay, go look it up. Go look it up. Wiccan come out of wicked. And then it say welcome. And then you see it got the Egyptian symbology up there. God damn it, and these societies didn't even exist when Egypt was on the planet. See, that's an illusion. See, they didn't merge time, so there's no real time. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no concrete chronology. They don't have no concrete, so they blur all times. You know, to give an illusion that the Druids, the Wiccan, the Viking, these motherfuckers come thousands of years after Egypt failed. So they were not contemporary with the African in Egypt or Nubia. They were not contemporary, okay, at all. And then it come on and say, blessed be and welcome to the African American Wiccan Society. Although we are called the African American Wiccan Society, our organization is not exclusively Wiccan, and we are open to anyone of all backgrounds who wishes to celebrate in the metaphysical pan. See, here we go, pagan spirit. All right, pagan ain't nothing but the goat. That's all it is. Spirit that is spreading throughout our world and the United States. The spirit of the Lady and Lord is being felt by many. Okay, let me go down. We are pagans. Do you hear that? Niggas want to be original. Niggas want to be this. Niggas want to be pagans. And then when we speak the obvious that we Africans, that's the most, the most non-acceptive term of our people. Okay? Oh no, we not African. We can't be no African, but we can be a pagan. We can be an aboriginal. Aboriginal to what, nigga? Aboriginal to what? We aboriginal, see, and then see, they always blur the lines. See, when you blur the motherfucking lines, wait a minute, hold on, I'm gonna come right back to this. When they try to blur, you got to understand why niggas blur the line. Because they can jump in and out of some shit. You know what I'm saying? They got a trap door here and there. It's just like when you watch Scooby-Doo. If you ever watch Scooby-Doo, when it first, that one episode, you will see them running through the haunted house, right? And it'll be Scooby-Doo, it'll be Shaggy, it'll be two more of them motherfuckers. and the ghosts be chasing them, right? Now it'll be one of them hallways with about 20 doors in the hallway, right? And then you'll see, you'll see the ghost chasing Shaggy and Scooby through one door, right? And then they'll come out another door, right? And then they'll come, and then when he come out the other door, instead of the ghost chasing Shaggy, the goddamn ghost will be in the middle. He chasing Scooby and Shaggy chasing the ghost. And then you'll come out another motherfucking door. Then Scooby and Shaggy chasing the ghost. And then, it just keep going and on and on and on. This is what I mean by spookism, this, that, and the third. You got so many doors you can run in and out of. You understand? And transform. You know what I'm saying? Those are trap doors. So they ain't gonna never stand on nothing concrete. You see what I'm saying? They ain't gonna never stand. And so here it is. A nigga say he's a pagan. He's a pagan. Okay, and that's a term that come out of Europe. Okay, that's what they call them goddamn or a heathen. That's somebody that lived in the heat out there in the damn swamps and shit. And when you do the research, this was the land which was, symbolic to Pan. He was out there in the wilderness, out in the, where the shepherds was, because he was a goat. You understand? So he was out in them types of environments and shit. So these niggas don't even know what the fuck that shit mean. You understand what I'm saying? But it all go back to Pan. So when you hear motherfuckers say pagan, that relates to Pan. That's goat worship. I'm tired of you niggas. I'm back on these niggas. Let me go on back on in. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else these foolish Negroes talking about. We are pagans and believers of the metaphysical arts, practitioners of alchemy, seekers of various mysticisms and mysteries of divinity. Our primary purpose is to support minorities. Here we go. Minorities. This motherfucker don't know Africa about to be 1.5 billion. You got damn near 200 million Africans in between North and South America. Probably got damn near 250 million Africans in the South Pacific, South Asia, between Australia, the South Pacific, and Southern Asia. And this nigga still talking about he's a minority. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And who are interested in the many pagan religions and practices, including Wicca, various spiritualisms, various witchcrafts, okay? Various witchcrafts. So you can come whatever, you ain't got to come with the Wiccan version. See, they got denominated. Ontology, some more crazy, shamanism, Kemetic, see? Now here they go and they sprinkle some niggas sugar on it. You understand what I'm put a couple onks in there, put a couple Roman Isises in there. You understand? Then they combine our spirituality with this goddamn bullshit. You understand? This is the assimilation of culture. You understand? For conquest. Okay? Not that you are part of it. This is the assimilation of your culture for conquest. Okay? And when you willingly participate, that's what's being happening. That's what's happening. Your ass is being conquered. You are willingly giving up your spirituality, your true divinity. You understand? You can't be just anything. You was chosen. You got a divine responsibility that was given unto you by creation, and that's what you must be. You can't come down here and mix with it. You the cream of the damn crop. If you don't be yourself, anything else, then you understand you have not only deviated, you have devolved. You understand? You have become a lesser of yourself. You can't be anything. That's why when we say, didn't we all have? No, we didn't all have the same shit. We had the highest supreme wisdom on the planet. God damn it. And you can see it in our culture. And when you look all over the planet, everybody was coming to us. You can hear that all throughout all the ancient history, that people came from all over the world to try to get to Egypt, all over the world. So we were the oracles of the planet. Okay, there was a supreme wisdom in Egypt that could not be compared to no other wisdom on the earth. And you can't even, matter of fact, wisdom or Sophia was identified with Egypt and Egypt alone. Then nobody else had no damn wisdom. Everybody else was in the damn darkness when Egypt was at the heights. And we talking about for 5 and 6 and 7,000 years before any other culture even knew what the fuck shoes was. I want to talk to y'all today. So I'm showing you, and then they say African diaspora's religion, such as Ifa, Santeria. So you just got a gumbo of all type of crazy shit in there. Ain't no true spiritual system. You can't take a little of this and a little of that and all of that, because everybody's spirituality is not the same. You see what I'm saying? You got to customize your spirituality to your spirit. You can't take no goddamn so-called wanna-be spiritual. The white man ain't got no goddamn spirit. That's why when he look in the goddamn mirror as a vampire, he don't have no image. He don't have no reflection. And when you look in the goddamn, if you ain't got no third eye, you ain't got no melanin popping off in your system, do you understand what I'm saying? Then what are you? Then you a vampire. Okay, that's what it is. That's vampirism. When that third eye shut down, nigga, you got vampirism. And then that means you are in, the sun is an enemy to you. You see what I'm saying? And those who got vampirism don't have a goddamn soul because they are not connected to the sun. Okay, if you're in a solar center galaxy, nigga, then you are, and the sun is the enemy of you, then nigga, that show you right there, you're not connected to the universe. And when you're not connected to the universe, it proves that you don't have no spirit. And so he show you himself. This is not something made up by General Seti. When you watch a vampire movie and they look in the damn mirror, they do not have a reflection, and they do not have a reflection because they don't have no goddamn spirit. And then you gonna go get some so-called fake spirituality from a motherfucker that ain't got no spirit. That's like putting a good battery in the goddamn remote and a dead battery. And when you do that, all the good fucking dead battery gonna do is drain the goddamn good battery. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got no mother. What's that motherfucking what's that I forget that part of the car. You understand? They be generating the motherfucking energy. Y'all will put it in there. Not the battery, but what's the other one? You understand what I'm saying? When you idle and it's continuing to generate energy, you ain't got that. You ain't got that, nigga. So put it in there for me. Put it in there for me. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, let me come down here and start cracking heads. Let me come down here and start cracking heads. Let me come down here and start cracking heads. Quick. Now, I'm going to start with this supposedly modern founder of Wicca. Where is Crocker at? Here you go. Here you go, right here. And this is Gerald Gardner. Now, if y'all ever watched that alien shit, alien, whatever that shit, where they try to, it's a show on, I don't know if that's History Channel, where that crazy white boy got his hair all up and, looking silly. He got his damn hairstyle from this cracker right here, Gerald Gardner. And now this is the founder. Now and I have to bring this up because most people gonna tell you that Wiccan is not evil. Okay? They're gonna tell you that they do not worship the devil. See, they're gonna take it out of its historical context. You understand what I'm saying? And gonna make it, they trying to clean it up, just like they did Santa Claus. See, they want to clean Santa Claus up. You understand what I'm saying? Even though you can go back to Saturn, even though you can go back to Odin, even though you can go back to Father Christmas, even though you can go back to Father Time and show the true origins of Santa Claus, see, they cleans it up. And if you don't know the historical development of Santa Claus, you wouldn't know how evil he was. You seen right, on the lecture where Father Christmas was whooping ass. You know what I'm saying? And that Krampus, the goat God that walked with Santa Claus, is his shadow, is his brother. You understand what I'm saying? Is his brother, and we got to speak that. So we're not making this up. You know what I'm saying? So Father Christmas, and wasn't Christmas time wasn't pleasant for children. That was a goddamn a fearful time for children. You understand what I'm saying? Because old good Krampus could come and kidnap them and take them away from their damn family. They wasn't worried about no damn gifts and none. They wasn't even getting no gifts until just recently. It wasn't a children's holiday. Okay? So now listen to what Gerald Gardner got to say. He say, witchcraft is and was not for everyone, unless you have an attraction to the occult. See right there? See how occult and witchcraft is synonymous, okay? You got to see that. Occult and witchcraft is synonymous. A sense of wonder, a feeling that you can slip for a few minutes out of the world into the world of fairy. It is no use to you, okay? So that means you got to be able to trip for a minute. You understand what I'm saying? You might have to pop you one of them mollies and go off into the other world, which Aleister Crowley chose to do. Okay, now, again, they're going to try to trick niggas because that's what a witch do. That's what a witch do. You understand what I'm saying? They trick niggas into, they put on a mask and shit. That it's not evil. But I'm going to show you who his teacher was in just a minute. They're going to tell you that Wiccan has nothing to do with the devil. You go turn on that goddamn Sabrina shit and tell me I was watching that shit on Netflix. You understand? And the Church of Satan is trying to sue their ass right now because they put that Baphomet up there and show, and show the rest of the origins of witchcraft, and it put them in the light that they needed to be put in. Okay? And so what Wicca has no connection whatsoever to Satanism, okay? With the question mark, because this is what they're going to tell you. So I got this off of the internet, and they trying to say Wicca is a peaceful, earth-honoring, polytheistic religion that has no connection whatsoever to Satanism. See? And it was founded by Gerald Gardner in the 1950s and is a mixture of reconstructed pagan beliefs and more modern ceremonial magic practices. Now, I done already showed y'all number one. You see, let's look at the wording. Let's look at the word. It says peaceful, earth honoring, okay? Polytheistic religion, okay? And listen, has no connection whatsoever to Satanism. That right there is a vicious lie. Any Wiccan in my goddamn chat room, I'm going to prove hands down, and you should know better than sit up there and tell a lie like that to the people, okay? Because I'm going to prove it hands down. You understand what I'm saying? Based on who the fuck the man's teacher was. Now, why would you sit up there and tell a blatant ass fucking lie like that? Okay? It was founded by Gerald Gardner, okay, in the 1950s. Okay, so it's a very modern fucking, and niggas wasn't in it then. Niggas just jumped in it just a few years ago, okay, and it's a mixture of reconstructed. Okay, that right there let you know, reconstructed, that it's not from no ancient, just because you take some images and some symbols and some this and throw it in a cauldron and mix it together does not mean this is an ancient practice. It's a reconstruct. And when they put the Egyptian in there, you will try to see the witches with Isis and you know what I'm saying, and all these other goddesses that they done mixed together. That's reconstruction. That's not the original form. And more modern ceremonial magic practices. And you see that K on the fucking end. That ain't no magic like, nigga, you about to do a card trick, nigga. No, sir, this is some old, you'll see sexual deviance and, you might see all type of shit that a logical mind ain't gonna want to see, okay? Now, let's start cracking this. Because she say, Wicca has no connection whatsoever to Satanism. Now, look who was The founder was one of his teachers, Gerald Gardner. Okay, he was a follower of Aleister Crowley, and I'm gonna prove it, hands down, no debate. So whoever put that definition in there and says that Wiccan has no connection to Satanism is a goddamn lie, because this crazy cracker said he was the beast. He said his name was 666. And you know who called him the beast? His mama. His mama is the one that gave him the name the beast. Now, if your mama call you the beast, nigga, you got to be wicked than a motherfucker. Goddamn OG called say you the beast. You understand what I'm saying? 666. You understand what I'm saying? That was his name, that self-appointed name, 666. Now, this is Gerald Gardner. Here it is. In his coffin. He's teaching class, right? And what you see up on the wall is the cross of the Hermetic Dawn. Okay? Now, the Hermetic Dawn was a mystic occult group that, you know, Aleister Crowley first got his initiation in. Okay? And that right there, that shit, that make the connection to Aleister Crowley right there. It says, you look at the Gardner cast a spell in the circle of power to bring good fortune to 3 fair visitors. Okay? So he casting a spell right there. And then you see the mystic or Hermetic order of the Golden Dawn come up out of the Rosicrucians, because inside of the cross, you will see the rose inside of that. Now, if you look to the left of that cross, I want you to look to the left end of the cross. You see the red, and you see that red. I'm going to show you some other motherfuckers who also deviated from the Hermetic Dawn. Okay, that's up close. Okay, and this is the order in which Aleister Crowley went into to get his occult information. Okay? Now, Gerald Gardner claimed to have been initiated by a witch of New Forest Coven in England during the 1950s. He later crafted the Book of Shadows for his initiates that was entirely derivable from European grimoires and the text of Gardner's superior in the Ordo Templi Orientis, OTO, the Great Beast 666, Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley. Right there. The beast 666, which is Satan, which is Lucifer. Now they say right there, this wicked bitch, whoever wrote this shit, by Brooke Student, because she broke his head with the wisdom, says that there is an earth-honoring polytheistic religion that has no connection whatsoever to Satanism. We done already cracked that right there by proving that it's fucking, and look at this. Not only can we show the cross of the Hermetic Dawn in his coven, look at this. This is his charter in Aleister Crowley's OTO. He got a charter up there on the wall, okay, from the OTO to prove beyond any doubt that he, and then if you look at the bottom to the left, you will see with the circle around it, you see Baphomet. That's the sign of the Baphomet, okay? And so Baphomet is the devil to these people that originated it. And so for niggas that was embarrassed and want to hide the fact that they devil worshipers, then they try to clean it up and say, well, Lucifer ain't the devil, and you know, this, that, and the third. I'm going to put the facts up there and show you, because niggas did not invent Luciferianism. Okay, let's leave that alone. So don't act like you the motherfucker that invented it. No, you didn't, nigga. Your ass was running from them ropes, nigga. You was running from them goddamn, you know, them crackers before they hanged your motherfucking ass. You wasn't in no coven with no Gerald Gardner and none of that. You understand what I'm saying? They had nigga whites only and Blacks going around the back signs on every motherfucking thing. That was in the goddamn 60s and 70s. So don't act like niggas was in none of that shit. You niggas just got in that shit just yesterday. So I'm gonna wake you up. This is facts right here. So he was a member of the OTO, which is Aleister Crowley's organization. And he was a nudist. And he was a nudist. Because they believe in order for you to do magic, you got to be naked. Come the fuck on, man. Let me, freaky nudist, founder of Wicca. Okay? So this is their founder. I don't give a fuck how they try to clean it up. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't try. You cannot clean it up. This shit is all over the damn internet. Now, they just said, let me go back here. Has no connection whatsoever to Satanism. And so what is he in there doing? What the hell is he in there doing? What the fuck is that on the floor? You gonna tell me that ain't no demon? You gonna tell me that ain't no demon? You gonna tell me that ain't Lucifer, that ain't Baphomet, that ain't Leviathan? You gonna tell me that? And you see the man, right? And then they gonna sit up here and tell you, and all these lying Wiccan witches and shit gonna tell you that they some peaceful earth honoring politics. So this earth honoring, this peaceful right here, see, I put the facts up there. I don't, you can, anybody that don't like it, you can take your ass and do your own research. You're more than, you got that prerogative to go do that. It's up to you to go do it. You ain't got to believe shit. But let your lying eyes deceive you today. Okay, let me keep it moving. Now, this is Patricia Crowther, okay, Queen of the Sabbath. Okay, this was one of his highest, as far as witches, and that came under his tutelage. Patricia Crowther, okay, and her coven name was Thelema. And everybody know that Thelema, you see the symbol in the middle, is the order of Aleister Crowley. That's his ideology. His ideology is Thelema. So his witches started to take on terminologies from Aleister Crowley. You understand what I'm saying? Listen to me. And when I tell you this, and I told y'all this shit long ago, which they cannot deny. Man, listen, Madame Blavatsky, Aleister Crowley, them two right there probably got more influence on the modern world than any other two European crackers I know. Straight up. Ain't no, all this new age shit. If you go in the bookstore and it say new age, that's witchcraft. That's shit that people know. The average world, people say, well, that's what people won't be able to understand. No, it's just some dumb shit in it that most people just ain't gonna accept. African, and sometimes they want to say occult means hidden, but that's a weak term. That's a weak term. We can't keep using them terms. You know what I'm saying? Occult. Once I understand what it means, you have to accept that. You know what I'm saying? I used to think it mean hidden, but reality is occult is code word for witchcraft, because they couldn't use that terminology or their ass would have been locked the fuck up or exposed, for being a witch. Even homosexuality was fucking outlawed in England all during the fucking early 1900s. They just accepted that. And because Aleister Crowley ass was under investigation for that shit. He had to flee. So your ass could have been locked up in England for homosexuality and witchcraft. But today, is more acceptable today. Okay, but I'm just letting you know that it's just recently being accepted. So for motherfuckers that talking about Wiccan or something ancient and shit, it's not ancient. They just really let that shit, just took that shit off the books. Okay? So just to show you again how his top students were connected to Aleister Crowley. Okay, now these are the runes. Now the runes is some symbols that are connected to spells, and it's Odin. It's Odin who is Gandalf. He was the one that learned the runes. He's a sorcerer. You see what I'm saying? And so today you can see they starting to put onks and shit on the runes. They stones with symbols. You got Thor, you got all this, but each one has a spell connected to it. You see what I'm saying? And so learning the runes, Odin was able to cast spells of all kinds on his enemies, on women, on, he had, spells of all kinds were conjured and cast with these runes. So now you got nigger witches out there today that are, assimilating our culture with this wicked shit. And so to fool you, you understand what I'm saying? That this is all one and the same, which it is not. It is conquest through cultural assimilation. You see what I'm saying? And this is the modern shit. See, you got to hear what she said. You see, wasn't no connection with Egypt and no Wiccan. She said it is a mixture of reconstructed pagan beliefs and more modern ceremonial magic practices. Reconstructed. So that means the original cultures had, did not give them permission to reconstruct their culture into this shit. They didn't get no permission because the sick-minded niggas that's in it today ain't got the authority to give permission because they don't even know who the fuck they are. You see what I'm saying? These motherfuckers should be considered, and not should be, are traitors to the culture for even, mixing our culture with this garbage. Let me keep this shit moving. Let me keep it moving. So now we're getting back to some terminologies, and I'm gonna come back. Most people don't know that Grim, listen to me now, Grim is one of the names of Odin. See, people don't know that. Okay, Grim, the word that's in our vocabulary, is one of the names of Odin. Grimnir, hooded one. Okay, the hooded masked one. Okay, Grim, mask. You see what it means. So when you talk about a grimoire, okay, you talking about a veiled book, a mass book, and we're gonna get into that. You see? Wait a minute, let me come over here. A grimoire, okay, which is a book of spells and shit. Because Odin was a sorcerer. Like I said again, he's Dumbledore and goddamn Harry Potter. That's Odin. Dumbledore is created in the vision of Odin. Okay, Gandalf is created in the vision of Odin. They are sorcerers because Odin is a sorcerer. He's a caster. Okay, he used them runes, them goddamn stones with them symbols on it to cast spells. So if you see them motherfuckers out there and they throwing them goddamn runes, you niggas better be very, very careful. You understand what I'm saying? Your ass fuck around and they turn your ass into a goddamn frog or something. Okay? And so when you see the Grim Reaper, as I was telling you, they are versions of each other. Odin and Saturn, and you see Saturn, you understand, with the sickle. You see Odin with the sickle sometimes. So the Grim Reaper, that's Odin. Okay? The hooded one, the veiled one. Okay? These are some of the same deities. So when you're talking about the Grim Reaper, you're talking about Odin. And so when you're talking about a grimoire, you're talking about, and then now we dealing with terminology again. Grim, you hear the grim in there, and then you see the Moor, and Moor means black. We're not talking about how we see it, okay? For us, black is divine. We know that the color black is a divine color. You see what I'm saying? But in respect to how they speaking it, it means wicked. So when you see grim, and then you see more. Okay, I'll put the R in there. I'll put the R in there. Grimoire. Okay, it means black, and then in their respect, it means wicked. Okay, so when you grim a motherfucker, okay, when you say I'm grim a motherfucker, you see the grim on the book. You understand? It's an evil origin. Okay, and so out of grim comes grammar, grimoire, grammar. You understand what I'm saying? So in that spelling, when you cast spells, and then you got in grammar, you got grim and you got more. Okay, so you see that's black, that's evil, not evil and not black in the sense of our understanding. We talking about as the Eurocentric Caucasoid understanding. Okay, and so in spell, you get spelling. In grammar, you get grim and you get more. Okay, in conversation, where is that at? Where's my? Let me get down. Oh, here you go, down here. Here you go. Let me get my other notes. About to work out on you, Negroes, because you got to exercise these niggas. You got to exercise these niggas. Okay, where we at? Where we at? Where my notes at? I had it right there. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? But I'll find it. I'll find it because I got all the terminologies that that's right, I got it. That's what it was. Conjure. You see what I'm saying? Conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Conversation come out of conjure. Okay? Showing you the root of that. Okay? So we got to be careful, and then we're gonna wait a minute, let me come out right quick. Because I got to talk to you. I got to talk with you. I got to talk. How we doing out there? I see you out there. I see you out there. So when you see evil, right? When you see evil, I got my terms up here, but it's gonna look backwards. I'll put it on there for tomorrow because we just warming up. We just warming up because I'm gonna move down the line on you niggas, knocking y'all the fuck out. Ain't no running from this. Just busted the woman. Bitch said there ain't no connected to Satanism, and then we follow right behind and see that the modern founder was a fucking student of the B666. Now, I'm going to get off into Alex Crowley, okay? So ain't nobody going to clean Alex Crowley up because he didn't want to be cleaned up, okay? So we gonna walk you niggas down today. Y'all niggas ain't nothing but some demon worshipers, okay? So we dealing with evil, okay? Now, in evil, you're going to find ill. Let me make sure I got that up there. I think I done wrote that one out. I think I got that one in there already. Let me make sure. So when I walk you niggas down, it's going I got the facts right there. I had it in there. I don't know where I put it at. Anyway, I'm gonna walk it down. I'm gonna walk it down, family. If I ain't got it the goddamn day, I'm gonna damn sure have it tomorrow. Okay? So in evil, you find the word ill. Ill. Meaning you, matter of fact, I think I had it up. Let me fuck that. I need it now. I need it now. I ain't gonna play no motherfucking game with nobody. I ain't gonna play no motherfucking game with nobody. Where that ill definition at? I know one of them was sick. Wait a minute. There you go, right there. Bring this shit up. So you hear what I'm talking about. Now in evil, you hear ill. That's the suffix ill. Okay, not in full health. See, sick, badly, wrongly, or imperfectly. Okay, I'm gonna get down here that a problem or misfortune. Okay, let me get down here. Let me get down here. Evil or harm. See, that's what I'm saying. Ill. Okay, one of the definitions for ill, evil or harm. hurt, injured, damage, mischief, pain, pain. Pain come out of pain. Trouble, unpleasantness, misfortune, grievance, suffering, distress, anguish, trauma, grief. So in evil, you find ill. Now, one of them so-called goddesses that these wicked motherfuckers love to bring up is Lilith. I'm gonna have her in there. See, we just warming up, but I can still crack heads with, my notes tonight. But tomorrow I'm gonna have them all in here at you know what I'm saying, and back up. And so you can see it visibly. But most of you know, if you see any of them wiccans, one of them goddesses is Lilith. Now in Lilith, you spell it Lilith. You see, Lil, ill, illa. You see, ill is in Lilith because she's evil. You see what I'm saying? Now, you also see ill in devil. Devil, ill, is in devil. Now, this is the key because these niggas always talking about the light. Love and light. See, they try to fool you niggas with the light. And what do you find in the prefix of illuminate? Huh? Ill. All light is not good light. See? And that's the balance in the fucking universe. See what I'm saying? Just like when we talk about black, there's an opposite to that because white people see black as evil. We see it as divine. That's the balance in that. All light is not divine light. And that's what you niggas, and so when you hear these niggas talking about love and light, no, nigga, no, sir. See, because in Illuminati, illuminate, you see the prefix is ill. You see what I'm saying? And that's just like when you put that that bug zapper out on the porch. See, that motherfucker light up, you know what I'm saying? And it attracts them damn bugs. And even the fire. You see that light? It lights the motherfucking night up and it attracts them goddamn bugs. And you can hear them motherfuckers popping all goddamn night. Zin, zin, zin. See, so all light is not good light. That's why when I hear motherfuckers say light, usually for the sun worshipers, we speak of the sun. You know what I'm saying? That's our light. You know what I'm saying? When you talking about the children of the sun, we just don't say light. We identify the source of the light. You understand what I'm saying? Which is the sun. But you cannot identify the sun as the source of your light when you ain't got no melanin. See, yeah, we gonna work out on you niggas tonight. So you can't say this, a vampire can't say that the sun is his light. He cannot do that. So they make up a fictional light. They make up a fictional light, or better yet, an illuminating light, an illuminating light, an evil light that's going to trap you. You understand what I'm saying? And in essence, as it attracts you, it destroys your essence. And I want y'all to wake. So all these niggas out here talking about this love and light and love and all of that shit, that's all that shit doing is lowering your motherfucking defense against these motherfuckers. Okay? And so Illuminati, evil is the intent. So don't let everybody tell you that they illuminated and all of that. That's another goddamn code word for that goddamn witchcraft. Okay? So we got that out. We got Loki. We got Loki to loke out on the motherfucker. Then we got Scandinavia, land of the scandalous. Okay? And then we didn't even know that Grim was another name for goddamn Odin. So when you say Grim Reaper, you talking about Odin right there. So, you know, all of them gods are interchangeable. Okay? And so Grimoire, Grim, that shows you that that's in reference to Odin. Okay? If you're reading out of Grimoire, then the reference to that is to Odin, who was a sorcerer or a warlock. And you get Lok or Loke. You understand what I'm saying? From Loki, which is the son of Odin, who is a god of mischief, who casts all kind of spells, okay? To loke out on the motherfucker. And so we see that Pan, and when she says she's a pagan, okay, that's Pan, the worshipers of Pan, just like you got Pantheon, okay, when you're talking about all the deities together as one. But it's a pantheon because the top God, the most commonly worshiped God across the whole board is the goat. Is the goat. I used to think it was the dog. It's not the dog. It's not. The dog is a close runner-up. Close runner-up. But the most venerated deity, animal in all of European worship is the goat. That's the bottom fucking line, and I'm gonna go over that. And we just getting started. Okay? Now, again, when we say Satan, and I'm gonna get back on this. You understand? This is what you call anagram. And an anagram is a word that's created, you know, where you move a couple of letters around, but it means the same thing. So when you look at Satan, Satan is an anagram for Saturn. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? When you look at Santa, you know what I'm saying? Because you didn't move a couple of them around, or you didn't exchange one letter for another, but yet it still is symbolically the same word. Satan is an anagram for Saturn. Saturn is an anagram for Satan. All three of them are the same. All three of them are the same. Okay? And so let's go back in. Let's go back in, because if you's a pagan, you better panic, because the gods and goddesses is on your ass today. You understand what I'm saying? Panic. You understand what I'm saying? Come out of pagan and pan. All of them is rooted in the same word origin, pandemonium. That's why we had to give up calling out Pan-Africanists. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not no Pan-Africanists. We're not fucking with no pan no more. We didn't know no better. Okay? A lot of these terminologies, and then even when you look at black, we got to accept that, but we understand that we know what color that is, and we already use that color. So when we understand the adjective term black, that's not nothing that the European, he don't own that. Now that's his terminology because we speak in his language, but we know that the color black, or what we know of today, was a divine color in Africa. So we own that, but the rest of this shit we don't own. This don't even have no place in our culture. None of these words even have no place in our fucking culture. So we can't do nothing with that. Even the witches called the Norns. I'm gonna show y'all that. Coming from the Nordics. And you're gonna see these evil in Greek mythology, they call the fates. The fates. And you can see them with the lifeline. Okay? And that's why they say throw a nigga a lifeline. Because when the fate cut your line, that's it. So that's also the Norns in Greek, to show you that Norn, that in essence is a witchcraft-based culture. They don't give a fuck. I done seen too many of these Viking, these goddamn shows on Netflix and shit. And I watch this shit to become more knowledgeable in their culture. You understand what I'm saying? So a witch in Nordic culture is called a Norn. Okay? And this is where you get Nordic. Yeah, Norn, you understand? All coming out of the same origin. Okay? All coming up out of the same origin. So if you casting, okay? If you casting spells, nigga, casting is catastrophe. Okay? That's where it's coming out of. Look this shit up now. Okay? Look this shit. Now let's go back. Let's go back to these slides. Let's go back to these slides. so I can work out. Go right back. Now I'm gonna show you. You understand what I'm saying? All this Lucifer shit. I'm gonna show you the goat in masonry. Now look at this. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this. This coming from Alistair. This coming from Alistair, because the Church of Satanism say the Baphomet is not evil. This before the church. Anton, what's his name? Levy, who started the church. God damn it, he before Aleister Crowley, before his ass. He took from Aleister. Okay, so I don't want no motherfucker church of Satan to try to fool nobody. Do y'all see? You see them that cross there with all them? You got Baphomet next to it. Okay, to let you know. You understand what I'm saying? And that's Aleister letting you know that that's the cross of the Baphomet. You see that OTO right there? That's his organization that Gerald Gardner was a part of. Now, I want y'all to look at this. You see that? You see that cross, right? Let me show you this shit. Let me go straight to the mason to show you this. As a matter of fact, wait a minute. Come on, hurry up. I got so much shit up. This shit don't even want to move. I'm gonna go right here to show you this shit. To show you these fake ass masons. You see what I'm saying? Now these is black masons, but they got the cross of the Baphomet on their goddamn they hat, their little mason hat. You see what I'm saying? Got the Baphomet sign, and that right there, you see right there, that's old Albert Pike, the founder of the goddamn Scottish Rite, who rewrote all the laws of the Scottish Rite, got the cross of the Baphomet on his damn chest. And Gerald Gardner wasn't just a Wiccan, he was also a Mason, and so was goddamn Aleister Crowley. All of them was Freemason. So we're right there. We can show you not only the devil worship in Wiccan, we talking about in most of these goddamn organizations that claim, and then you got so-called Christians in Masonry, and they surrounded by Luciferian and goddamn Satanist worshipers and worship of Baphomet, which is the goat. Now, wait a minute. I'm going to show you this. Now, I tried to show y'all early when I showed you this. When I showed you Gerald Gardner. Let me bring this down. I got so much shit. Remember I showed y'all Gerald Gardner? Remember I showed you with the cross of the Hermetic Dawn sitting right there in his coven? Now watch this. Wait a minute. Let me bring that right back up. You see, I told you look at the left end of the cross where it's red and green. Look at this shit. I want y'all to see. If I'm lying, please. I know you ain't gonna tell the truth. Because here it is right here. I'll give you up close. But look at the fucking flag of the Moors, of Morocco, and the Moors. Okay? You gonna tell me you don't see that shit right there in the cross of the Hermetic Dawn? That's the fucking Star of Solomon. See? That's the Star of Solomon in their mind, which is the one of the occult sorcerers, okay, who was able to conjure up 72 demons. And this is what you call Kabbalah. It's what you call Kabbalah. Now, they put that damn star on that flag in the 1900s. Motherfucker gonna tell you that flag was 10,000 goddamn years. That's a goddamn lie. That motherfucker was into Sufism and all that other shit. Okay? So when you see that goddamn star, you understand what I'm saying? Understand behind the scene. That's why so many of them say that, Baphomets, and they into that Luciferianism, all them niggas. Let me keep it moving. So you see right here, even Ron L. Hubbard was a student of Aleister Crowley. All of them motherfucking. I'm getting on their ass next. This is just a warm up to let you know after we come up out the Wiccan, I'm going to jump right off into the Scientology and get right into the chest. Just like I'm showing you the Moors, I'm going to show you the Nation of Islam is fucking with a Satanist. It's fucking with a Satanist. You kick Khalid Muhammad out, and then you go get a Satanist. Okay? Here it is. Now you look at the book next to goddamn Aleister Crowley, who was in the Hermetic Dawn, who was a member of the Hermetic Dawn, and you see the same star that's on the goddamn the flag of the Moors, and now he even co-opted and corrupted many Egyptian symbols. Aleister Crowley. Matter of fact, the Egyptian tarot card of the day was first invented by Aleister Crowley. He invented the tarot, the Thoth deck, Thoth, Thoth. He introduced the Thoth deck, which is the first Egyptian style tarot card. Okay, I just want y'all to know that. Okay, now our people had cards, we had these things, but they were not interpreted from no goddamn peckerwood. And I got to say that. Now let me get back off, and I'm gonna touch right back on that. I'm gonna touch back. We ain't gone. Now, just to show y'all, this is just to show y'all that we don't interpret things. Say for instance, for a brother, you know what I'm saying? We might use this terminology. You're like, damn, that sister fly. Woo, she fly. And then the white boy say, she fly? She fly? Well, where the fuck is her wings at? Is she fly? See, he ain't gonna know that from the jump that when we say fly, that means she's a fine woman. You understand what I'm saying? You might, as a brother, say, damn, that car cold. Woo, that's a cold car. You know what the cracker gonna say? Well, nigga, turn on the heat if it's cold. You understand? He ain't gonna understand from the perspective that you speaking, that mean that's a top-notch car. You understand? You might say, damn, that car hot. That motherfucker hot. You know what the cracker gonna say? Well, nigga, turn on the AC. That's what he gonna say. He not gonna know it from your understanding. That's why you can never say, just because you see one word, that it explains everything for everybody. It's gonna be goddamn 3,000 goddamn definitions based on the orientation of that individual. And so they never speak. And so that's the same with our culture. You understand what I'm saying? Now they didn't enslaved us. We like some motherfucking animals in the goddamn, in an experiment box and shit. We in a box and shit. We in an experiment now. We just like the damn animals in the cage so they can watch us and shit. And, they can experiment and they can say, oh, this is what the nigga mean when he say such and such, such and such. But if we were just talking straight off the cuff, they would never know, and without no type of them interactions with us and them, you understand? They had to stagnate hip hop because niggas was changing the words every fucking 2 days. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all talking about, and we don't understand because we always talking down on ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, niggas ain't, man, we had some of the coldest wordsmiths ever walk this planet. I mean, we was inventing, we was adding more words to the fucking language than any branch of the damn society. You understand? I'm talking about in the world. You understand? Once we got hip hop going, man, we was creating whole different worlds of different type of, understandings, creating different words and shit. And they couldn't catch up with the words 10 years ago. You understand? They say stagnated. Now all the nigga had to get on there. You don't know what the fuck you saying today. You understand what I'm saying? But niggas was creating whole new realities with the word. See, that's what I was talking about when we are definers. We can define our reality, but we have to control our vocabulary. We have to control the words that coming out of our mouth. And sometimes you don't know. You be subconsciously conjuring ill upon yourself. So, unawarely conjuring, ill upon yourself because you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know to take, to change your reality by changing the shit that come out of your mouth. That's why they couldn't understand Naga. They couldn't understand that. You understand what I'm saying? When the facts was put up in their face that the word was used thousands of years on damn near every other continent, long before the European even came out the cave, and that we were using it in a divine. When you go to Africa, you go to Ethiopia, the Negas or the Nagas, you understand? Or the niggas. It's all divine. It means royalty. The Nagist, Nigist, is the queen. Then you got the Nagas. You understand what I'm saying? Negas Nagas, king of kings. You see what I'm saying? Then you got Naga Sudan, where you got the temple of Apatamak. You see what I'm saying? And then you go on that temple and you see the lion Naga, and then you go all the way to what they call the Hindu Kush and see the same deification. We ain't playing no games today. So that terminology, that's why I say, damn, why is it in our mouth like that? No other word is in our mouth. Motherfucking nigga. It ain't, it's something into that. You understand? You don't understand the power of words and shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with nothing the white man said. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers say, oh, he come out. It ain't come out no motherfucking nigga. But then these same people use other terminology from the metal natter and shit and say, oh, this mean mother nature and whoop-de-woo. They can make they terminologies out the shit. But then when we say, well, goddamn, we found Naga, we found Negas, we found all these terminologies and they mean divine and royalty. You couldn't accept that. But these same motherfuckers will take that same garbage. And I done found that, and when I took that shit from their ass, they couldn't accept that because the European then reverse engineered that shit and put a lot of words to mean the same, and people think that the white boy got it from Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? And the reality is he don't know what the fuck he talking about. He engineered a fake language and made it sound like the shit he was saying to justify us saying, oh, we got it from him. Or they, you know what I'm saying? Or they got it from us. You know what I'm saying? But the reality it was reverse engineered. Just like motherfuckers, I told y'all motherfuckers, you can go look up Yule and I can show you the shit. It's spelled many times J-U-L. Yule. But it's still pronounced Yule. That ain't got nothing to do with no Hebrew. That's German grammatical text. You understand? So when niggas because most of these motherfuckers came out of Germany, and you can look Hebrew up, it's Yiddish. I know when they created that, we hit their ass. You understand what I'm saying? But because Yiddish is Low German, they took the grammatical text of Germany and mixed it with some Arabic and made what you call Hebrew. But if you look up Jule, J-U-L, it's still pronounced Y-U-L, Yule. Okay, so niggas thinking they being more godly when they say Yahushua. Oh, that ain't Jehovah, that's Jehovah. That ain't Jesus, that's Jesus. Or whatever the fuck you say. Nigga, that's German, nigga. Y'all niggas dumb for with that shit. That's why when you hear niggas, I'm listening to niggas' name. I say, damn. And we was just showing that the gypsies and the Jews come out of Russia. That's why, and I love the nigga. You know what I'm saying? When I hear my nigga Tazaria up there, I say, well, why your name sound like a Chief Baka, nigga? Tazaria. That ain't what that nigga, that shit sound Russian. You understand what I'm saying? Listen to the shit. I'm done with you niggas, man. Straight the fuck up. Listen to it. Go behind me and go do the research. That shit German. Okay, so they reverse engineered that shit to make it sound. So niggas say, okay, Amen. That's what the Greek, that's the God of ancient Egypt. And we end our prayers and see, that's to give them a connection that they did not have. And that's an illusion. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you put the goddamn shit together, it ain't no vowel. And even though it's corrupted from the beginning, I'm just showing you one of the aspects. It ain't got to be Amen. It could be Omen. You could put any vowels in that shit that you want to. And I got some videos cracked. I'm devastating that shit even greater today than I did goddamn 2 years ago. I'm going to show you how these got the German language sound compared to all other European language. That shit rough and hard and shit. So I'm going to show you different words that, across the European language. So when you add these different European, you could create any fucking word you want. So I told you niggas, it ain't got to be amen. It could be ooh. It could be ooman or whatever the fuck you want. You could put an I in there or you or whatever you want. So it ain't got to be no amen. And matter of fact, it ain't even no vowels in Hebrew. So all of that shit is reconstructed. Sick of you dumbass motherfuckers telling y'all that. Wake up. I know we've been hit over the head. I know we got to start over. I know, and a lot of people just don't want to do that. And they, you know what I'm saying? We got to look at everything that we using, and we got to reevaluate everything. And that's hard for a lot of people to accept. Everything, everybody. Nobody is exempt. Okay, nobody is exempt. We pulling the veil off of this shit today. Okay, what time is it? 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock. God damn. We already been going. I'm gonna go a little bit longer. And then tomorrow, we're gonna be right back in the house. I'm just warming up today just to show y'all. And it was a powerful day. You can read and go back and go over this shit. The terminology alone going and improve hands down. Gerald Gardner, which is the founder of goddamn modern day Wiccan, was a student of Aleister Crowley. And these motherfuckers out here gonna tell you that Wiccan ain't got nothing to do with Satanism. I didn't even get into it, say deep. I just got into the Wiccan aspect today. Tomorrow, I'm going to dig deeper into the Luciferian. I had to give you the information, the wording first. So when we do go into it, is that shit going to fall? You know how you put that roast beef in that motherfucker and you cook it tender to where you just slice a motherfucker? That's what we doing. You know what I'm saying? We cooking this motherfucker. We're getting it tender. So when I get ready to put them goddamn photos up there, you got a basis on we're not just running down no photos and say, oh no, we gonna get to the meat of the matter. And by the second day and the third day, because I'm gonna show you all the people that then broke away from these same, and I'm gonna show you what Madame Blavatsky said. So she one of the forerunners in this Luciferian shit. I'm gonna show you some of that before we get off of here, though. We're not done, but we coming into our last half an hour. How many motherfuckers gonna come up here and rock the motherfucking house every fucking time, 2.5 hours, every motherfucker, and just getting started? That's content, nigga. That's content. Your motherfuckers can't fuck. You can hate on me. You can say whatever the fuck you want about, but you cannot beat me, nigga. I'm a researcher, bitch. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit. Flat the fuck out. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I got your number, nigga. I got your file. It will not be long. You'll fool the people for a minute, but after they come on and fuck with Sara, Suten, Seti, they're gonna be like, oh no, nigga, y'all can't come back around here with that bullshit. Can't come back around here with that bullshit. Now, let's look at this shit. Let's look at this shit. If I'm lying, I'm flying. God damn it. Let me get back to this. Because I don't want to get away from this too much. Look at this. Oh, well, let me get where I need to be, fam. I'm gonna jump right here. Let me go right back in. Fuck all this. Let me jump right back in. Stay with me now. Stay with me. Stay with me. Now, Solomon in the occult and demonology. You see what I'm saying? Where this man, and you see right there the 5-pointed star. Okay? The pentagram. Okay? Let me move on from this part. Who's riding the goat? You see what I'm saying? And when you talk about the Illuminati, you see what I'm saying? You see that there was Masons and started also by the Jew. Why it's hot? Okay, showing you that they the followers of the GOAT, the ones that's pressing your ass right now today, that control you, busy running around. How the hell y'all gonna have the same goddamn religion? How? How is it possible for you to have the same religion and then you go in the Talmud and they talking so disrespectful about black people? Okay, you want to be down. Most of these people that's into Kabbalism and all of that, they will not tell you, and that includes all of these niggas that claim to be Wiccans and all of that into Kabbalism. And you go in the Talmud and they speak of black people so low, it's ridiculous. They call us all kind of monkeys and call us all type of, the lowest shit it ever said about black people. It come out the damn Talmud. So these is the followers of the GOAT, worshipers, okay? And you in there with him, and I don't understand, and they call us cattle. You understand what I'm saying? They call us all these, what they call niggas. I forget that shit they call niggas. You know what I'm saying? But, founded by these same Jews, these in the root Illuminati. You understand what I'm saying? So who's riding the GOAT? You understand what I'm saying? Then you see the witch right there. And understanding that a Mason, when you go and pull back the veil, he ain't nothing but a witch. Okay? Aleister Crowley was 33rd degree. You got Gerald Gardner was a goddamn Mason. Okay? Don't you understand that witchcraft and masonry is one in the goddamn same? I showed you the goddamn shit at Mardi Gras. You seen the Shriners. The Shriners is right behind that. The Ku Klux Klan and the Shriners. The Ku Klux Klan and the Shriners. And it go back to Albert Pike, who got the Baphomet goddamn cross on his chest. Okay, so you see right here, the witch riding the goddamn GOAT. Okay, and then you see the Mason, because he ain't nothing but a witch. Okay, now in Freemasonry, you got to understand that GOAT, G-O-A-T, for y'all, many of y'all, it means greatest of all time. But to the Mason, it means God of all things. And you could go in their terminology and they speak to that. GOAT, God of all things. Okay? Let me keep it moving. So you see it right there in their orders. You see it right there in their orders. You see the GOAT right there. You understand? Baphomet, Lucifer, Pan, the Yule goat, the Yule buck. Okay? You go over the Krampus. Okay? You see so many different versions of it. Okay, so you see the witch riding. Now let me show y'all this. I want y'all to be prepared for this. When people do this, where that at? I want y'all to be prepared for this. You got to watch me now. I can't show too much of it. I got to get to the points where I can show. You see a lot of people, sticking their tongue out. And you don't even understand what that shit means. Okay? Let me get the root of that. Matter of fact, let me come out right quick. Let me get the root of that. I want y'all, this is going to be probably one of the last things I'm going to show. It's shocking. I say, God damn, you understand? This is what the fuck y'all doing? Wait a minute. Don't go nowhere. Sit your ass right there. Don't go no motherfucking where. I'm about to blow your mind. I'm about to blow your motherfucking mind. Do not go no motherfucking where. I'm about to blow your mind. These are some crazy motherfuckers. Hold on. I got to get the correct terminology of that. There you go. It means shameful kiss. Oh, Lord. I got to show y'all shit. Okay. Now I'm going to come back. I got to show y'all this. Get ready, y'all. I'm sick because I see so many of you niggas and niggas and sisters. Y'all always got y'all motherfucking tongue out and shit. Let me line these motherfuckers up. So when I throw this motherfucking bomb, I knock motherfuckers out. And I'm gonna end on it. I'm gonna end on it. Ain't gonna take long. Yeah, that's a good one right there too. Wait a minute, hold up. And tomorrow I'm gonna tighten it up. So You know, tomorrow and the third day, we gonna be cooking in this motherfucker. You ain't gonna want to miss none of that. You know what I'm saying? This was the warm up today. All right, we good. Let me show y'all the definition. And then I'm gonna go to the slide. Now the term is osculum infant. Okay? Right there. Right there. Osculum infant is the name of a witch's supposed ritual greeting upon meeting with the devil. The name means the shameful kiss or the kiss of shame, since it involved kissing the devil's anus, his other mouth, according to folklore. It was this kiss that allowed the devil to seduce women. Now check this out. Check this shit out now. Check this shit out. Check this shit out. So when you see this, okay, I'm gonna get busy now. Walk with me now. Walk with me. And I'm gonna get even. You see them throw up the Baphomet, the horns, right? And you see them throw their tongue out, nigga. But wait a minute. I'm just showing you, you don't even know the half of it. Wait a minute. You see it right here now. What? Wait a minute. Let me come back. Because that right there it's gonna get hard for niggas to accept. Where did I put that shit? I just had it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I want to show you this shit now. I want to show you. Where is that? This is one of them. Let me put one of them ones that you can accept. Because some of this shit people can't accept. You know what I'm saying? These people on this motherfucker, they're going to be like, this nigga up here showing all kind of shit. What that one with her mouth for? God damn it. I just seen it. I see that one right there, but that ain't the one I want. That's a damn shame. I just seen the motherfucker. Straight up. But wait a minute. There you go. There you go. There you go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me show you now. I'm gonna start with this buster. See him? See, that's why they put the motherfucking the pyramid. That ain't got nothing to do. That's just like, ain't that us? Hell no, it ain't nothing. See that the pyramid represent the devil's anus. Oh my God. And let me show you here so you can see. That's the shameful kiss. That's the witch right there. 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 This is what let me go over it again just so you can see. And then the osculum infame, in which is the name of a witch's supposed ritual greeting upon meeting with the devil. These are these women in Wiccan. The name means the shameful kiss or the kiss of shame, since it involved kissing the devil's anus, his other mouth. According to folklore, it was this kiss that allowed the devil to seduce women. So I'm going to go over here again just so I can show you exactly what it is. Osculum infant. So I want you niggas to cut it out. I want you to cut it out today, just like I told you. Take them wreaths off of your head, nigga. That's Bacchus, nigga. That's some pedophile homosexuality, nigga. Didn't let you know. Brother Seti gonna let you know today, nigga. This is the osculum infame. You understand what I'm saying? And you see them all, and this shit go back. You understand what I'm saying? It go back. And you know what you go up in the devil crack. And I'm tired of you niggas shaming yourself because it's this kiss of shame. Let me come out of this shit, y'all. Let me come on out. Let me come on out, because I done rock for the day. I done rock for the day. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Let me get all this shit out the way. We just getting started, family. This is your wicked. This is your witch. So when you see, I ain't gonna even do it. So when you see motherfucker, she threw the bathroom up and goddamn had her tongue. See, that's symbolic of the kiss of shame. She should not be, if she don't know what she doing, somebody should tell that woman. You understand what she doing? Now, when they go on and put the damn, to let you know, you understand what I'm saying? Because that's what it, the triangle can become a hole. It could be a vagina, be a motherfucking anus, whatever you want it to be, is a hole. You understand? So at that point, it represents the devil's anus. And so you see the motherfucker sticking their tongue through it, that's the kiss of shame. And shame on you, nigga. Shame on my sisters. If y'all out there, in that ritualistic shit, come on, family. Come on. And you gonna tell me ain't that the same? You can't see that shit ain't got nothing to do with us? Quit saying shit like that. It make me think you done already kissed the motherfucker in the anus and you trying to, you trying to talk to yourself on the inside like, God damn, somebody fooled the shit out of me and I done kissed this goddamn goat in the anus. Who's riding the goat? Who's kissing the goat in the anus? Do y'all understand? You see all that bestiality? You see all the, this is the blood of Christ. This is the body of Christ. You don't see all of the, not only the bestiality, but the human sacrifice and the blood, sacrificing shit, ritualistic where you're drinking blood, kissing the devil in the anus, and all this shit is insane. Wake your ass up, family. Be black tomorrow, because we just touching it. There's going to be at least 3 days. Each day going to be high power. Tomorrow, I'll just, open this one up because it needed to be opened up. You know what I'm saying? But the second day, most definitely going to be, if this was rocking, tomorrow we're going to be off the chain in this bit. So you better have your ass in the house tomorrow. And I'm going to put the goddamn, the notification up tonight. Part 2, fire. Fire, 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 fire. And then we're going to go right down the, after I show you the basis of all this shit, I'm going to keep going down the line till we get to some of these nigga organizations who founded on the same Gerald Gardner fucking matter. And I didn't even get into Blavatsky and show you all the Luciferian because I got to deal with the Wiccan shit. Then I'm going to deal with the Satanist because they all claim they different than one another. And they all got the same goddamn teachers. Okay? So I'm gonna clear it up to show you that they all different denominations of one sick ideology. Ideology. Idiots. Okay? And no, our people have nothing to do with it. They co-opted our culture. You understand? For conquest. And gave you the illusion of inclusion. Is co-opted. You understand what I'm saying? Through our slavery. You understand what I'm saying? To give you the semblance that you got something to do and you don't have a motherfucking thing to do with it. Do not give up your divinity for no sick shit like this. Okay, family? So I love you out there. I'm about to go ahead and work on this for tomorrow. Be right black in the house. About the same time. Give me enough time to warm up. Do what I got to do. I guarantee you, I'm going to blow your fucking mind out your cranium tomorrow. Love you. I'm going to go in the inbox. How I do, family? Did you get some knowledge tonight? Did you get some knowledge tonight? That's all I want to know. Shit. Come on here and shit. Show me some goddamn love in the house. Show me some love out there, y'all. That's what's up. I love y'all. Thank y'all. If y'all went in here, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So it ain't no me without you. And I love you for being in the house. Please continue to support the general. You understand? I'm trying to do a good work for my people. I'm trying to empower you so you can go out there and help me empower our culture and our people out here, because they most definitely need all the soldiers, all the guys and goddesses to be on the front line. So thank you again. I'll see you tomorrow. This is the General Sara, Suten, Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation, Black power. And I'm going to get some more moderators tomorrow, but they ain't going to be wanting to come over here too much longer because we kicking off in their ass. See you tomorrow. Boom.